On a bright and elegant morning, Ollie the Red Owl arrived at the Grand Royal Forest Palace, where a very important wedding was about to begin. This was not just any wedding. It was royal, serious, elegant, and expensive. Ollie adjusted his tiny bow tie with pride, promising himself that today he would be calm, graceful, and absolutely not clumsy. Unfortunately for everyone involved, that promise lasted less than 3 seconds. Royal trumpets suddenly blasted into the air, startling Ollie so badly that he flapped backward in pure panic. Thud. Ollie collided with the table holding the massive wedding cake, which leaned dangerously like it was considering revenge. Ollie froze completely, staring at the cake with wide eyes, silently begging it not to fall. The guests whispered nervously, the orchestra stopped, and Ollie offered the most awkward smile in royal history. Trying to fix things, Ollie proudly volunteered to carry the wedding rings, convinced this would redeem him. Almost immediately, Ollie realized this was a terrible, terrible idea. A sudden gust of wind spun the ring pillow wildly through the air, turning elegance into chaos. Ollie chased the flying rings across the royal hall, flapping desperately while knocking over decorations. The bride gasped in shock, while the groom fainted just a little emotionally. At the very last second, Ollie caught the rings using only his beak and pure luck. The crowd erupted in applause as Ollie bowed proudly, forgetting that gravity was still very real. He immediately fell straight into the royal flower arrangement, sending petals everywhere. Hoping to escape unnoticed, Ollie tiptoed carefully across the long red carpet. The carpet suddenly rolled itself up, as if personally offended by Ollie's presence. Ollie rolled majestically down the aisle inside the carpet, screaming silently while guests stared. Some guests began clapping politely, assuming this strange moment was part of the royal tradition. The orchestra quickly joined in, playing dramatic music to match the chaos. Ollie finally rolled to a stop, dizzy, confused, but surprisingly unharmed. The priest calmly cleared his throat and continued the ceremony as if nothing had happened. Ollie stood completely still, concentrating harder than he ever had in his entire life. Curious baby squirrel tugged playfully on Ollie's tail feathers without warning. Ollie squeaked loudly in surprise, his voice echoing beautifully through the palace. The grand chandelier above began to wobble slightly, reacting to the sudden noise. Ollie heroically grabbed the chandelier, hanging from it in a very unplanned rescue attempt. Slowly and gracefully, the chandelier lowered itself, as if impressed by Ollie's bravery. Ollie landed perfectly beside the bride and groom, feathers messy but posture proud. Deep silence filled the entire hall as everyone waited for something else to go wrong. Ollie smiled sheepishly, offering a small wave, hoping kindness would save him. The bride suddenly burst into laughter, unable to hold it in any longer. Soon, the entire palace echoed with warm, joyful laughter instead of shock. The royal wedding transformed from strict perfection into cheerful, unforgettable chaos. Ollie danced freely among the guests, finally relaxed and completely himself. The groom gave Ollie a proud thumbs up, silently thanking him for the memories. Ollie bowed deeply, this time carefully maintaining his balance. The ceremony ended not with silence, but with cheers, smiles, and applause. As the sun slowly set, golden light filled the palace halls. Ollie rested on a royal banner, feeling tired, relieved, and strangely proud. He realized that perfection was never the goal in the first place. Sometimes laughter is the most royal gift anyone can offer. And so, Ollie the Red Owl turned a royal disaster into a wedding that no one would ever forget.